Gentlemen,
Hello.
I'm going to give you some college. Can we say that?
Oh, boy.
Before we dive into some of the fun stuff, can we say that college football came out and said there will only be one portal? Can we say that that one portal will help college football in the future, just having one portal?
I think we can say that because I think people have to make up their minds. And then if they realize they made a mistake after they get in that portal and sign with somebody, then they're stuck there. So I think it's good.
Yeah.
Possibly. The one change I like with the portal was the one they did with the coaches. Basically, players, how they used to is as soon as the coach got fired, you can leave. But now they have to wait until the hiring happens.
Yes.
That part I like.
Yes.
Let them wait. Let them sit and see what happens and then make your decision.
Right. If you bring in a coach that you don't like, I'm going to say, hey, you know what? I don't like this guy. I'm going to go play for Arizona State.
Right,
so.
because you could have half of Penn State's team could have just left on Saturday.
Right. So what is the new coach coming with? Nothing. You don't know.
Right.
Or the interim coach is just sitting there in the middle of the season, like, I got 30 players.
Right.
So you're going to be playing double duty. This is like high school. I also like it, too, because it means that maybe now we'll see spring games because spring games weren't happening because coaches refused to showcase their players. They got smart. Can we say that Indiana is the best team in the nation?
No, we can't say that. And I know their resume is still better by who they beat than
you can't get over the candy stripe pants,
the Ohio State. No. My eye test still tells me, unfortunately, that the Buckeyes are still better, and they don't play each other this year. But they're really good. I give them tons of credit.
Now, if I did the blind taste test and just took the names off and gave you the resume and said one of these teams, Ohio State, one of these teams, Indiana, you would probably take the Indiana resume.
I might. The resume, probably, yeah.
But you can't get over the fact it's Indiana. I got you.
Well, Ohio State beat Texas. Texas is not good. Miami beat.
Well, hold on. They're good. They're not great.
Where did they beat them? At the Horseshoe.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. Miami beat Notre Dame. We don't know what Notre Dame really is yet. They got to come back from some losses here. I truly think at the end of this, Oregon will be the best team. So Indiana beating them right now means they are the best team.
And Oregon hadn't lost a game at Oregon in years.
Yeah, okay.
And Stoney.
I don't hate you for it.
No. It wasn't close. Like, this wasn't a fluke.
I know.
This was Oregon's going to lose. You knew by the end of the beginning of the fourth, Oregon's going to lose this game.
Let me ask you this. How did Signetti, last year it was Rourke, right, from Ohio U, and this year he goes to Cal and gets Mendoza, and he might win the Heisman Trophy.
Right. Signetti is smart. Signetti has a process, and he goes to get the people who will fit his game plan. Nobody was beating down the door for Fernando Mendoza.
Right.
But he said, this kid can run my offense. Go get him. He's at Cal. Don't care.
Right.
Cal's without a conference. I don't care.
Well,
Bring
he
him
better
in.
find his next quarterback at Penn State.
He's not going to Penn State.
Okay, you know what, David? We'll get to that. Can we say, speaking of Penn State made the right decision in firing James Franklin right here and right now?
No, I think that's a mistake to fire him when they fired him. Because here, and I'm not a James Franklin fan at all. I think he's the worst game management coach I've ever seen. But, 3 weeks ago, they were basically 2 plays from beating Oregon and being like a top 2 team. They didn't make the Final Four last year, if I'm correct. To fire him after, 2 bad losses. I mean, the Oregon losses, that was hurt, but it wasn't an inexcusable loss. No. I mean, you might say.
They were up in overtime against Oregon.
Well, he made it stupid. He should have just run the ball. But if you're the athletic director, whatever, you might think, all right, he ain't coming back at the end of the year. I'm going to work,
behind
back
the
channels
scenes,
to get some. To do it now, I just think really screws the team up.
That way you don't. But that way you don't give him a chance to go Ryan Day and do something to be like, all right, we got to keep him.
Yeah, like he actually goes out and wins something, and you're like, oh man, we're stuck
like
with
he
him
beats
now.
Ohio State,
right? Like if Michigan if that Michigan-Ohio State game happened in the middle of the season last year, I think Ryan Day would have been fired. But I think he got the edict. You win it all or pack your stuff.
I think Penn State made the right move. I think after the UCLA game, I think the message was stale. I think the players were quitting. They were done. And his look after that game, after that loss on Saturday, staring into space, I think he knew, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, and especially since his overrated quarterback was out for the year, too.
Yeah.
That didn't help.
You know what? Speaking of blank look and staring in space, can we say Jonathan Smith will be fired within the next 14 days?
They play Indiana next, right?
You got Indiana.
And Michigan.
You got Indiana, and then you got Michigan. Indiana's on the road. Signetti is the guy that, like it or not, Jonathan Smith is joined at the hip with. He's going to always be compared to him. It's like having a number 1 and number 2 pick. You're always going to be together. And then you're going to have Michigan at home with Spartan fans who've given up, and they will probably give tickets away to Michigan fans.
I think if they are lifeless against Michigan and don't play with it, with any, we hate you MFers and things like that, then yes. Or if they just get completely blown out, which I don't think is going to happen because I don't think Michigan's that good to blow them out.
Well, hold on.
To blow them out?
Hold on. Because I was also thinking that, Stoney. But then I thought back. Michigan State's defense, they cannot stop anything.
I know.
So while I think, yes, Michigan struggles scoring and they don't move the ball the way they should, they can against Michigan State.
They should against Michigan.
They can put Gus Johnson back in the backfield. He would get 75 yards.
Because I think Indiana's going to bring out that belt this weekend.
Yes.
And then if Michigan also does the same,
right.
Bye-bye.
Like I said, if they get blown out, yes.
All right, let's stick with the coaches here in the state of Michigan. Can we say, after watching Saturday's game, Chiron Moore is never going to win a Big Ten title for Michigan? I didn't say make the playoffs. I said he won't win a Big Ten title for Michigan.
That's a tough one. I'm going to agree.
David's having fits.
I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to agree with you. Unless something drastic happens for next year, I'm going to say you're right. Because they just don't, they're good. I don't think they're great.
Stoney and David, before you have a fit, something is missing with that team.
They don't
I can't put my finger on it, but it's just something's missing. They don't have, they got pieces, but it's like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it could be as simple as you don't have receivers. Yeah, I don't know.
They don't have an offensive line that is
But when
really
Justice
good.
Haynes went out, you had no chance at beating USC. None.
Their offensive line is average at best, and their wide receivers are average at best. Although Andrew Marsh, although he's still the second best Marsh in college football in this state, looks like he could be pretty good.
Well, at least you throw him the ball.
Yeah, I know.
The problem that I have with that, Stoney, is you're right. The offensive line is bad, and he's a former offensive lineman. He recruits offensive linemen.
I know.
So what is the problem? You're right, Rico. I think we can say that he's never going to win a Big Ten title here.
The problem with the offensive line might be that the person who should be coaching the offensive line sits in this chair Monday through Friday.
John Jansen?
No, I'm not saying he will or he would be offered, but
I think he actually would be a really good offensive
so
line
do
coach.
I.
Yes.
I with all due respect to Grant Newsom, and I know the players love him, but
I don't know. How's he going to do the morning show? I guess we'll let it play out.
Yeah.
Can we say USC is a playoff team?
Yes, we can say that. We can say that, yes.
They have one loss right now?
Yeah.
They will end Notre Dame's season this week. Yes.
The game's in South Bend.
Yeah, I think USC plays Notre Dame. They got UCLA and they got Washington. Those are their biggest games for the rest of the year.
Yes, they're a playoff team.
They have Oregon at the end of
they do?
Before
they have
UCLA.
Oregon.
Before
Okay,
UCLA.
yeah.
Oregon, okay.
All right. So
that may give them 2 losses.
if they
At Nebraska, or after Notre Dame, at Nebraska, home Northwestern, home Iowa, at Oregon, home UCLA.
I'm going to say, well, it depends. If they win this week, yes. If they lose this week, no.
When you bring in a walk-on running back who gets 160 yards, I was like, King Miller, Where did he come from?
Yeah, 3rd and 26. Let's run the ball and be conservative and get a first down. Way to go, Michigan.
All right.
Way to play with some intestinal fortitude.
Finally, let's end it with this, guys. Can we say, contrary to popular belief, Kenny calls it a pillow fight, but the Big Ten is the best conference? Kenneth, you want to join in?
I think I'd like Rico drug tested before every show. I think that needs to be mandatory.
Number one team in the country, Kenny.
Yeah, that means you're top heavy, not good.
Okay.
Well, they have what?
Yeah, they have 1.
2 of the
they
top
have 3.
3.
They have 8.
Yeah.
So 3 in the top 10.
I think top to bottom, the SEC's bottom is probably a lot better than. Although, how good is Arkansas? Not very good. How good is Mississippi State? Not very good.
Yeah, I don't know. They have 4 in the top 10. So
Yeah,
I think I'm going to go
gonna
SEC.
still say SEC by a whisker.
Okay. 2 in the top 3.
Yeah.
So there you go. That is Can We Say That? 97.1.